From the NMSU Department of Journalism and Media Studies in collaboration with KRWG, this is the student-produced News 22, where news matters.
And good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for the first newscast of the semester. My name's Noah Padaka.
And I'm Jenny Hazlett. Now, the New Mexico State University Board of Regents seem to be getting very close to selecting the next university president.
Exactly. Last week, the 4 finalists were on campus for one of the final parts of the selection process. News 22's Ben Schlittler has the story tonight.
Increase our compensation to
so
faculty.
many things that are incredibly important, like pipeline programs.
And I'm all about going. When do we not do a better job with this?
One of them will be the next president of NMSU.
I got to work.
The former New Mexico Secretary of Education Arsenio Romero, UC Riverside Vice Chancellor of Affairs Brian Haynes, Dean of Health and Human Services at Cal State Long Beach Monica Lounsbury, and University of Cincinnati Provost Valerio Ferme.
Anyway, thank you so much for that warm introduction.
The winner will take over a university that over the last few years has dealt with budget cuts, athletic scandals, and dissatisfaction among staff. The candidates attended 3 public Q&A forums, one for staff, one for students, and one for community members, where attendees to the forums could ask the candidates where they stand on key issues.
That's something that is very visible outward.
The questions range from negotiating with the faculty union.
It really allows for a structured process to be able to have those conversations, and that's the benefit, that's the beauty of this whole thing.
Athletic scandals.
And I'd like to think that was an anomaly. I think that is what the determination was made, that those activities were anomalies.
University instability.
Well, I think it's really important to bring cohesion to the campus. So work needs to be done to really structure that culture.
If there's no apartment available for you on campus.
And grad student housing.
Your upperclassmen and your graduate students.
Are there possibilities to create either public-private partnerships with developers, or is the university also possibly interested in creating some new spaces where they can actually live?
You're under arrest, sir. For what reason? For obstructing?
During the student forum, one student asked Dr. Ferme how he would have handled the pro-Palestine protest at Hadley Hall last May, where 11 students were arrested. Dr. Ferme said that they could have been impeding the workday. Some students were not satisfied with his response.
Really disheartening to hear that the occupation of a building is worth arrest.
When you present it in a certain way, that I have no idea whether it is a correct rendition of the facts. I mean, there's always more than one way to interpret what happened.
Staff at NMSU also voiced concerns over feeling overworked.
We are passionate about getting things done, but sometimes that means you're doing 2 and 3 jobs and you're not even getting compensated for it. So compensation is definitely a big issue.
12 education, health.
The Board of Regents are meeting tomorrow as they get closer to deciding the next university president. Ben Schlittler, News 22.
And our thanks to Ben for that report. Now, Jenny, hopefully the candidates had a nice experience for weather here on campus.
Yes, I don't know about you, but it definitely has been a little bit hotter. Sam, how was today looking?
Today was looking pretty warm, but things are finally starting to cool down for the evening. Right now, the skies are mostly sunny with the temperature at 87 degrees. Those winds are moving southwest at 10 miles per hour, and the humidity is at 19%. The dew point is at 41 degrees, and the barometer is at 29.53 inches. Today we had a high of 94 degrees and a low of 64. Back in 2021, we had a record high of 96 degrees in Las Cruces, and a little over half a century ago in 1968, a record low of 47 degrees. Today we didn't have any rain, and leaving that yearly rainfall at 3.64 inches.
And 3 Las Cruces students have been arrested for threatening to carry out school shootings on social media.
Exactly. A 13-year-old boy was arrested for making threats against Camino Real Middle School. Another 15-year-old girl was arrested for making threats towards Centennial High School. And an 11-year-old girl was also arrested for making threats against Sierra Middle School. This was all done on social media. And although students and staffs were not under immediate threat, LCPD says they will continue to monitor the situation. Police encourage anyone who sees concerning material on those social medias to let police know.
The semester is young here at New Mexico State, and students are deep into their books by now. But at the very beginning, they enjoyed free ice cream on campus to kick off the fall semester. The event, organized to welcome new freshmen and returning students, brought the campus community together. Organizers hoped to make students feel welcome and excited for the new academic year.
It was good. Honestly, the chocolate tasted kind of weird, but I liked it. And I like that they have this event. I got to meet a few people that I didn't know before.
Now, this event was just one of many planned for this semester as NMSU looks to create more opportunities for students to connect and engage on campus. Now, stay tuned. Sam will be right back with your national weather forecast.
And welcome back. You're watching News 22 Tuesday,
where news matters. Now, a few weeks ago, the town of Hatch put on the world-famous Hatch Chili Festival, and now things are back to normal. Red or green, that's always the question for the festival, and this year it marked 52 years since the start of celebrating Hatch and its long-standing reign of chili production. That chili that has caused some to drive over 800 miles.
Drive all these miles just to actually enjoy the festival, but to also buy some chili and take it back to California with us.
Jesse is just one of many who came from all across the world to enjoy watching the parade, making chili ristras, and witnessing the crowning of the Chili Queen. Now, apparently, Noah, there's supposed to be a celestial event tonight.
Yeah, maybe we'll be able to catch it after the newscast. Maybe, Sam, you can tell us a little bit more about that.
That's right, guys. Tonight is no ordinary full moon. A rare celestial trifecta will be lighting up our skies this evening. It's the final full moon of the summer, otherwise known as the harvest moon. Not only is it going to be the brightest and largest moon of the year, it's lighting up with the partial eclipse that will cover about 8% of the surface. The eclipse will begin at 8:12 p.m. Mountain Time and will peak at 8:44 p.m. tonight. So be sure to go outside and see the super harvest moon after the show. Now, moving on to my next map, what we're taking a look at here is the surface map and radar for tonight across the nation. We're looking at some of the more extreme weather happenings across the country. As you can see, there's no snow happening anywhere in the U.S., but there is a little bit of rain here in the Great Basin and in the Pacific Northwest. But as we move on to the Atlantic coast, what we're seeing right now is this unnamed weather system that brought a lot of heavy rain to the Virginias last night. Now, it won't be letting up today because of the supermoon bringing high tides and heavy floods tonight into the Atlantic coast. Now, as we look more locally, we won't be seeing any rain tonight, but tomorrow, looking ahead at the national forecast, we can see in El Paso, it'll be 94 degrees tomorrow and sunny. In San Francisco, 67 degrees and cloudy. In Seattle, 69 degrees and cloudy. And in New York, it's gonna be 76 degrees and rainy. And in Miami tomorrow, it'll be 87 degrees and rainy as well. That's all for your national maps, but we'll be back with your local weather forecast after the break. Welcome back. Now taking a look at some of these local temperatures in Farmington, 73 degrees. In Santa Fe right now, 66. In Albuquerque right now, 76 degrees. In Socorro, 81. In Roswell, 84 degrees. And in Las Cruces, 87 degrees right now. In Deming, 84. Taking a look ahead into tomorrow. In Farmington, it'll be 77 degrees tomorrow. In Santa Fe, 74. In Albuquerque, 82 degrees tomorrow. And in Socorro, 87. In Roswell, 97 degrees tomorrow. In Las Cruces, a high of 92. And in Deming, a high of 90 degrees tomorrow. In Alamogordo tonight, it's 63 degrees and clear. Tomorrow, that high is going to be 91 and sunny. In Truth or Consequences tonight, a low of 58 degrees. Tomorrow, a high of 90 degrees and sunny. In Silver City tonight, a low of 53 degrees and clear skies. Tomorrow, a high of 90 degrees and sunny. In Las Cruces tonight, a low of 64 degrees with clear skies. Tomorrow, a high of 92 and sunny. That's all for your local temperatures. Now, back to the desk.
Thanks, Sam, for that forecast. Still a little bit too hot here.
I agree. I think it's a little bit too warm out there. Yeah. But, you know, fall temperature and fall seasons also means football season. Yeah. So football season has kicked off, which means the NMSU Pride Band has been hard at work ensuring they show their pride at every game.
Now, there's exactly 200 students in Pride, and they all must work together to make sure every step is perfect. They rehearse almost every day in the Horseshoe, ensuring each performance is in tip-top shape for every game. And for most students, Pride is much more than a marching band.
My favorite part of Pride is definitely the family I've made here. I've met so many new friends as long as stayed with my old friends, and we've just really grown a family here.
Gives me like a reason to be like proud of where I go to school
The NMSU Pride Band looks forward to bringing up school spirit and hyping up the crowd each and every football game. And speaking of sports, we're going to pass it over to Carpio with a look at your sports.
Thanks, Noah. Up next in sports, the rivalry you've been waiting for all year. Now toss that remote because News 22 Sports is coming up next.
This is KRWG-TV News 22 Sports.
For the win! He got it!
Welcome back. I'm Carpio Grego, and I just got to say it's so good to be back. I missed you guys at home. I'm sure you missed us too. Anyway, back to sports. The Aggie volleyball team is preparing for a double dose of the Battle of I-25 now that they're back to 500. That's right, the volleyball team took part in their final in-season tournament before regular season play began, and the striking trio of Mari Sharp, Yasso Amin, and Star Williams shredded the defense of Abilene Christian and Texas Southern with double-digit kills and a 6-set sweep across both matches before they got beat down by the Arizona Wildcats with 59 kills and 11 blocks to lose in 4 sets and get knocked back to 4-4. Now, they're currently playing the Lobos over on ESPN+, but I personally hope you'll stick around for the rest of the newscast before switching over. Now, and that's all I got for sports tonight. Make sure to join us tomorrow for more sports action and still head on News 22. Sam's going to be back with your 5-day forecast.
Welcome back. Let's go and take a look at some of those top stories.
Now, New Mexico State University is inching closer to selecting the next university president. 3 Las Cruces students have been arrested for threatening to carry out school shootings.
Now, speaking of I'm not celebrating any birthdays or anything this weekend, but the weather's still a little bit too hot.
I agree. I'm waiting for it to cool down. It is the fall season. I'm ready for sweater weather. Sam, please tell me those 5 days are looking a little bit cooler.
I personally am a fan of summer, but it's looking like we're out of the hundreds. So this week we're going to be in the low 90s across from Wednesday to Sunday. And our lows are going to be looking in the low 60s. On Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, it's going to be 60 degrees for the low. And that's all for your 5-day.
Not really seeing that much relief out there, huh, Sam, for temperatures?
No, it's looking pretty hot. We've got a lot of sunny days ahead of us.
Oh my goodness. Well, if you want to stay up to date with News 22, make sure to join us on our social medias, News22 or NMSU_News22.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We'll see you again tomorrow for more news. Have a great night.
This news brief en español is brought to you by Noticias 22, la información más completa de Nuevo México, El Paso y la frontera. Noticias 22.
Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Zaira Sánchez y es un gusto darles la bienvenida a las breves de hoy con Noticias 22. La preocupación crece en la ciudad de Las Cruces tras la detención de 2 estudiantes sospechosos de realizar amenazas en internet para llevar a cabo tiroteos en 2 escuelas de Las Cruces. La policía de Las Cruces ha detenido a un adolescente de 13 años por amenazar con llevar a cabo un tiroteo en la escuela secundaria Camino Real. En otro incidente, una estudiante de 15 años fue detenida por realizar una amenaza similar hacia la preparatoria Centennial. La policía no identificará públicamente a los estudiantes ya que ambos son menores de edad. Además de la investigación policial, se llevaron a cabo investigaciones administrativas en ambas escuelas para garantizar la seguridad de los estudiantes, el personal y la comunidad. La inquietud continúa después de que una alumna de 11 años ha sido acusada de publicar supuestamente una amenaza en Instagram en la que sugería que habría un tiroteo el martes en la escuela secundaria Sierra. Recibió una citación y fue entregada a la custodia de uno de sus padres. La policía de Las Cruces entrevistó a la niña que admitió haber publicado la amenaza y en el registro de su mochila no se encontraron armas de fuego. Se pide a toda persona que vea o reciba un mensaje amenazador que se abstenga de reenviarlo a otras personas, ya que puede causar miedo innecesario y pánico. La Universidad Estatal de Nuevo México está en la última fase para escoger nuevo presidente para el campus en Las Cruces. En los próximos días les tendremos más detalles sobre el finalista. Eso ha sido todo por mi parte. Muchas gracias por acompañarnos. No olviden seguirnos en nuestras redes. Bonita noche.